Okay, let's talk about objections. One of the most common objections that you will get is price objections. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't get a ton of these, and I think it's because I do not hold a lot of space for the excuse around money. I believe if somebody wants something bad enough, they'll figure out a way. Okay. The tirzepatide weight loss shot is the most common thing that we sell here. It's what I've used to lose 95 pounds. It's $379 a month, which, yes, I do know that that is an investment. However, it is the most important investment I have personally ever made. So, my conviction around it, I would pay 5 times that amount. I would figure out a way. And I truly believe that when somebody is serious enough about something, they will find a way to make it happen, and they will not let $300 to $400 a month deter them from making the most life-changing decision ever. And I truly mean that. I'm not just saying that. It has single-handedly changed my life and so many others. So it is worth the cost. I also like to compare it to Botox, guys. I go out just like thousands of other women, okay, and I spend $500 on Botox, okay. I don't go home that night and wonder if it's going to kick in. I pay that money because I know it's going to work. Same thing with the shot. I will pay this money because I know it's going to work. The shot works. There's no question about it. So it takes out the guesswork of like, oh, it's not like you're spending $200 to $300 on a holistic supplement system for it to just be expensive urine that you're just peeing out and you're not getting results with. With this, you're actually going to get results. You get what you pay for. So it's very important for you as a rep to hold that conviction. Okay. If you think that this is too expensive, then absolutely that is going to come off to the person you're talking to. Okay. You have to first believe that this is not too expensive. I will tell you right now, I was on the name brand stuff of tirzepatide, which is Manjaro and Zepbound. And I was paying $1,100 a month out of pocket. $1,100 a month out of pocket. Okay. Because insurance does not cover this for the majority of people. Very rarely can somebody get this covered. They have to have either incredible insurance or two major medical conditions typically, and they have to be obesity related, like diabetes and sleep apnea. Okay. And then to get it covered, it's a ton of different hoops and pre-authorizations. Then you're dealing, with having to go to the pharmacy every month to get your refill. They're out of it a lot of times. They have to order it. Now you're a couple weeks without the medication. It's just a hassle. So here you get what you pay for. Not only is the price way more affordable than paying out of pocket for the name brand stuff, but you're getting so much more than just the medication. And so I want to explain to you what all somebody gets for that price. Okay, so I'm going to speak in terms of tirzepatide, which is the number one seller that we put people on. Okay, tier one for tirzepatide is $379 a month. We get a 3 month supply, so it comes out to just over $1,100. They don't have to pay in full for that. They can, but they can also use one of our payment plans or financing options. We have Klarna, PayPal, Pay Now, Pay Later. We have they can use Affirm. Affirm is not integrated into our website the way that Klarna and PayPal is, but if they are familiar with Affirm, Affirm can actually allow you to request a certain amount of money. So in this example, they would request the $1,100, whatever the total is for the 3 months, and they would set up a payment plan directly with Affirm. Affirm would then give them a digital debit card that they can use to check out and pay in full on Ellie's website. Okay, so they're still doing a payment plan through their Affirm app, but they've paid in full with us. So they can do that with Zip, Afterpay, same process as Affirm. We also take HSA and FSA cards. I've had people use Care Credit. And then the number one option that I personally use, and this is only for the full weight loss protocol because it's over $300 a month, but Ellie internal financing. So there is an option. It's an automatic approval, no credit check required. So everybody gets approved. It's an automatic approval. They get to just pay the monthly amount of $379, and then they throw like a $20-ish fee on top. I think it's like 22 bucks. That's a financing charge to be able to not have to pay in full upfront. Okay, so a lot of different options to make this affordable for somebody. When they use Klarna or PayPal, they can get the payments to be like around $100, starting off as far as like what they'll have to pay the day that they're ordering. So a lot of different options that they can play around with. But truly, again, guys, if somebody wants this bad enough, I'm telling you, the amount of times that I have gone and sold my furniture, I have put stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I don't let money be an excuse if I really am serious about something, and I don't think anybody should either. And that is always my energy around it. And so I don't tend to attract people with a lot of excuses. And I totally get it. Times can be hard and tough. And especially if people out there, let's say you're dealing with a single mom who's trying to, make ends meet. It's Christmas coming up. I totally get it. And that's why they can use one of our other, financing or payment plan options. I also want you to remind them that when it comes to this medication, I'm not kidding, you are going to eat out way less. You are going to be door dashing way less. Your grocery bills are going to be cut in half. You're not going to be ordering and shopping and buying all this crap like you were before the shot. Right there, you're going to cut more than $300 a month out. Okay. And then also, I want you to think about if somebody spends money like going out and drinking a lot, this medication doesn't just address addiction to food, or it turns off the craving center of your brain for everything. So I've had people quit cigarettes on this. You will definitely drink way less if you're somebody like me. I used to have wine every night. I don't drink unless it's like a social thing, and even then I have a few and I'm good. So you really do make a lot of better healthier choices in life. And so it just ends up paying off in the long run. Plus, you're not in the doctor as much because your health is better. If you look at it long term, the advantages way more outweigh the price of it. Now, let's talk about potency. So another objection that is pretty common is, well, I get my stuff elsewhere for a lot cheaper. Okay, great. I always like to ask people, so tell me how your experience has been. If they've been on this stuff for most of the time, they will come back and say, oh, I've been on it 2 months. I'm down 6 pounds. Okay, I know that if they were on our stuff, they would be way further along than that. Okay, not all shots are created equal. Potency matters, efficacy matters, quality matters. When it comes to the weight loss shot, guys, or any of the medical peptides, do not cut corners. Okay, I do not personally want the cheapest option. I want the best, and that's what we have here. We have the Ferrari of the weight loss shot. Okay, it is like shopping at Neiman Marcus versus Walmart. And you need to I am dead ass. Like, you need to embody what I'm saying as true, because it is. I can't tell you, I have about 115 clients at the time of making this video ordering from me each month on tirzepatide. The amount of people that have switched over from competitors or med spas or the name brand stuff, it is night and day. Okay, they're having such a better experience. They're losing weight way faster. Okay, and here's the importance of potency. Say somebody had 30 pounds to lose. That was their goal. If they're on a lower quality, lower potency medication, it's not to say that they're not going to eventually reach that goal, but it might take them 9 months to get there. Okay. Whereas if they're on our stuff, they're going to lose that 30 pounds in 3 months. Okay. You best believe. So yeah, are they paying more monthly for us? Yeah, but technically they don't have to be on the medication nearly as long as the place where they're paying $250 a month. There's also a lot of stuff out there that comes from China, Mexico, the gray market, the black market. People are buying powder online and mixing it themselves at home and shooting it up. And if you look at the bottle, most of the time it says not for human consumption. There's a lot of research grade quality out there. We work with 503A compounding pharmacies. Those are the highest regulated pharmacies by the FDA. What that means is, A, our standards for quality and potency are top notch, can't be beat. But also, this is a huge, huge, huge pointer that I want to make sure that you understand. The name brand stuff, okay, so Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, okay, they mass produce. They produce in bulk. And in order to keep the shelf life, they have preservatives in their formula and they have fillers, okay? Med spas, a lot of times they're getting it wholesaler from a pharmacy and they're cutting it. They're stretching profit. And so you're not even getting nearly as strong of a formula or medication. There's none of that with us. Our ingredients are triple purified, USA source, and because we work with a 503A pharmacy, what that means is all of our medications are made personalized for the person, okay, to their individual needs, and they're made fresh as soon as somebody orders. They are not sitting on a shelf waiting to be plucked down and sent because they were made 6 months ago and stuffed full of preservatives. Ours are made fresh on the spot, so there's no preservatives in them. There's no filler. There's nothing. It's literally the medication in a water soluble base. That's it. So, when you're hearing these things about like Ozempic, I'll just give you an example. People talking about Ozempic and, things like, oh my gosh, what if I grow a horn out of my head in 10 years? Okay, any of those things that are harmful or that you're hearing around these medications, it's coming from the crap that they're stuffing into it, just like what they put in our food. It's the preservatives, it's the fillers, it's the shit that shouldn't be in it. Those are what's causing people to have some issues. We don't have that here. And again, that's why it was so important for me when doing my research to partner with LEMD, because it's the best of the best. And when it comes to not only injecting myself, I want the highest standard, the best stuff out there. But when it comes to referring to my network, my family is all on this stuff, all my friends. I want to have that trusted relationship. I want them to feel like, oh my gosh, I trusted you and you didn't set me up with bullshit. There is none of that here. Okay. So I say all this so that you can hear where I'm coming from. Okay. And that's typically what I say to somebody is I educate them. And listen, I'm not here saying, hey, the stuff you're using is crap, but I do finesse the conversation to essentially say that in a nicer way. Okay. If somebody tells me that they're ordering from Mochi or Fridays or Hers and they're paying 200 and something dollars a month for their tirzepatide, I always ask them again what their experience has been, how much have they lost. 9 out of 10 times they're not losing that much weight. They're also getting monthly membership fees and charges. They have sneaky price increases there. Okay, when somebody gets on our tier 1 of tirzepatide for the full weight loss protocol, it's a 3-month supply. That dose starts off at the starter dose, which is the microdose of 2.5 milligrams. That's the introductory dose. Then month 2 is 5 milligrams. Then month 3 is 7.5 milligrams. Okay, the dose increased each of those 3 months, but the price did not. That $379 is still the same for each month. Now, when you go up to the higher tiers after that, the price does increase a little bit, which is completely normal. Again, I'm telling you guys, I was paying $1,100 out of pocket. So $379 to me is a freaking blessing. That is what LEMD was created for, was to give people a affordable alternative who couldn't get theirs covered by insurance, which is most of us. So you have to believe that. Now, let me talk about what's all included in the pricing. Here's another thing you want to familiarize yourself with saying. So all of our pricing includes everything. It includes the shipping. It includes tax. It includes all the supplies. They're going to get a whole kit that comes with all the syringes, all the directions, all the alcohol wipes, everything. Okay. They're also going to get access to the medical care team and the doctors for 24/7. So after they order, they have a patient portal. They can log in. They can chat with the doctors. The doctor's fee is all included in that pricing. When I would have to go get my script, I'd have to go pay $250 for a doctor's visit, drive all the way out there, schedule it in advance just to sit there and have a doctor tell me I'm healthy, I'm good to go, write the script, take it to the pharmacy, sit there at Walmart for an hour to get it filled. Then, like I said, had to go back every month. They were out of it. This is also a medication that you don't want to just be on it for a couple weeks and then take off a couple weeks. You need it to build up in your system. When you're doing month to month, which is what everywhere else does outside of Ellie, you're running that risk that you're going to take gaps. Okay. I love that we get a 3-month supply. I don't have to worry about a damn thing for 90 days. So when it comes to, the experience other people are having, those are really important things to point out. So it includes a doctor's fee, ongoing access to the medical care team, shipping, tax, all the supplies that you need. It also comes with a free supply of Zofran. All of our weight loss medications, whether you're microdosing or you're doing the full weight loss protocol, comes with Zofran. That is a preventative to help with nausea. Everybody loves Zofran, okay? When they're on tirzepatide, they probably won't even need to use it, but it does give people a peace of mind. Typically, semaglutide is where people have issues with nausea, but they have Zofran now. That is a $75 value included for free. When somebody does the full weight loss protocol with us, they are able to personalize their formula. They get to add an additive. They get to choose between B12, L-carnitine, and glycine. Okay. Those three right there, one, they get to pick one of them. It's a $75 value right there between the free Zofran and the free additive. That's 150 bucks. Okay, that is included for free. And then they get you. Now, let me point this out to you. When I first got on my journey and I was going through my doctor and I was on the name brand stuff and paying all that money, I had no support. I had nowhere to go. I mean, you go to the doctor's office, you're there, it's like a foreign language. I don't even know what I'm getting myself into. I was nervous. I had nobody there to help me with my injection, to tell me what to do. Nothing. I literally joined some Facebook support communities with a bunch of strangers, and it was just all crazy bullshit about how insurance doesn't cover it, and it was not helpful at all. So there I was feeling like alone on an island, just shooting myself up with this stuff, hoping it's gonna work. You know, it did work great. It was amazing. You know, it's to this day, it's changed my life. But here with Ellie, they get ongoing access to the medical care team whenever they need something, but they also get you. So, like, you don't have to go above and beyond for your clients, but I do. When I have somebody that is new and they just order from me and they're nervous about injections, I get on a FaceTime with them. And I will take 5, 10 minutes and I'll walk them through their injection. And you know what? Every single one of them goes, it really wasn't that bad. And by the second or third time, they're texting me going, girl, I did it all on my own. No hesitation this time. Like, all because I provided that extra amount of comfort and support for them. They also get access, all of your clients get access to our Shop Girls Only community. It is such a fun vibe in there. It is exclusive just to this organization and just purchasing clients, but everybody shares their wins, their glow ups, tips, tricks, everything. That is a really awesome support community, and market that as your own. Like, go out there and say, hey, if you order from me, you get to join my exclusive community of baddies. We're all glowing up together in the Shot Girls Only group. It's such a vibe. It's a brand. It's a movement. Own that. Okay. So that's a huge perk. I have people that switch over and order from me just so that they can be a part of that community. And then also our company, every single Thursday, we have a weekly call with the doctors. We'll get on Zoom. It's open to anybody, all of our clients. They can jump on and the doctors educate. And you learn so much cool stuff about peptides and all the different benefits and tips and tricks. So you have access to the doctors there too. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, again, and it's because I was on the other side of it, feeling so lost and alone, paying out of pocket an outrageous amount because it works. And when you have something like this that delivers this type of life-changing results, people will cut out other things. They will find a way. You have to hold that same energy and conviction and confidence. When somebody tries to give me pushback about the price, I'm like, girl, it ain't that much. Girl, like, I just am like, you realize, like, what's worse, like staying miserable and depressed and insecure in your own body, or figuring out a way to come up with an extra $300 to $400 a month? Hello. Now, people also ask a lot of times, like, do I have to be on this stuff forever? No, you don't. You can absolutely get off of it when you reach your goal, but as long as you take the time to really develop healthy habits while you're on it, so that when you get off of it, you don't go back to, what got you there to begin with. So that's important. I always preach that to my clients, is like, make sure you're getting enough protein, move your body, use this as a tool. Will it work without you doing all that? Yes. Okay. It's magical. But obviously, the better you go about this as far as building healthy habits, the better off you're going to be if you decide to stop it. Now, there's microdosing. This is a newer concept and it is heaven sent. Microdosing is a great option for anybody who has less than 20 pounds to lose, or anybody that wants to maintain. It's a lot more affordable. Okay, our microdose of tirzepatide is $279 a month, and you can be on microdose indefinitely as long as you want. So when I have like 10 or 15 pounds to go to reach my goal, and then I'm switching to the microdose. But here's the thing. I have tried getting off the medication twice, and I always get back on. And it's not even about the weight. I get back on because I love the way I feel on it. And you almost like don't know what you got till it's gone. Once you experience going without it, once you've been on it for so long, you're like, oh my God, I don't ever want to go without it again. the inflammation, the hormone regulation, the mood support. It's just it's life-changing, it's magical. So you'll have people that maybe get off of it when they reach their goal, they will get right back on. I've seen it time and time again. Okay. But yeah, microdosing is a great option for somebody to switch to once they have reached their goal. And also, guys, you want to look at it this way. When it comes to educating somebody on being on it long term. If somebody was on a blood pressure medication, and I'm speaking more so for people using this to treat obesity like myself, okay? I was 250 pounds when I got on this stuff. Okay, obesity is a real disease and it is a long-term chronic disease. So that's something that I want you to view this medication the same way somebody with high blood pressure who's on lisinopril, okay? They don't get on the medication for high blood pressure and then the moment that their blood pressure is normal again, they stop taking the meds. What do you think is going to happen? Okay? I want you to think about this more so than just the physical results of losing the weight. I want you to think about how it's internally treating and healing a disease if it's obesity related. Now, obviously, I'm not talking to people who are just using this as a longevity tool or microdosing it. But for the big girls out there like myself, okay, I have accepted and I am a-okay with the fact that I will be on this for life. Do I have to be? Not necessarily, but I want to be. Okay. And I tell people too, I had somebody the other day that was like, well, do I have to be on it? Like I'm just scared to lose the weight and then get off of it and gain the weight back. I'm like, girl, figure it out. Like, might as well lose the damn weight and then be in a position where you got to figure out how to keep the weight off rather than stay like stuck in this miserable, insecure, unhealthy weight. Like, what? I don't understand. I've had somebody say to me before, I'm just nervous to lose. I have 80 pounds to lose. I'm just nervous about loose skin. So you're telling me you'd rather remain 80 pounds overweight and feeling horrible than lose the weight and have some loose skin? I'm telling you right now, I'm as confident as I've ever been. Do I have some loose skin? Absolutely. I don't give a flying fuck. Okay. I got some stretch marks. Don't care. I feel on top of the world. Okay. The version of me that exists today is a completely different person than the 250-pound version of me. I would rather take 10 more years living like this than 30 more years living like that. Okay, that's how freaking miserable I was, and that's how much I want people to experience life like this. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping people with this medication. I'm trying to think of some other common objections. A lot of times, I mean, I've already said it, guys, but a lot of it has to do with your energy. Okay? I don't leave room for excuses. I'm like, shit or get off the pot. And here's the other thing. I'm not here to convince people. If I got somebody out there asking me a bajillion questions and you can tell they're just like, you know, I don't know, not serious or they're one of those. I'm like, on to the next one. And if they take it or leave it. If you want it, great. If not, you're a loss because I just think that's crazy to say no to this. I really do. I do a lot of marketing on my social media of text reviews and client testimonials and before and afters. Not only is that great just to market in general in this business, but I have a lot of people that are on the shot that get it elsewhere, that are on the fence of switching over to join with me here at Ellie. When they see I'm telling you, the amount of people that have come to me and said, I'm seeing every day you're showing me all your clients' results and these testimonials, and they're losing weight so much faster here. Like, it's got me wanting to switch over and try yours. I've had people switch over because of that almost every week. I have somebody that's like, not even just somebody, more than probably one person a week that is like, I've been seeing all of your clients, their results are just like, I'm not seeing results like that where I'm getting it. And then they switch over and they're like, it is night and day. The appetite suppression, the way you feel on it, everything. And the most important thing, guys, you're going to realize you're going to say the same damn thing over and over. And in the beginning, it's going to be uncomfortable. I voice clip everything. I want people to hear my energy. I want them to feel the genuine tone coming through. And I put personality into it. I make it fun. I am not the science person. I am not the educator. I don't know like hardly anything about this shit. You know what I do know? That it's changed my life and it works. I'm down 95 pounds and I'm on top of the damn world. And that's what I lead with. I lead with enthusiasm. I show up and I show my new sexy body and how much I'm loving it. And I shout out everybody else that's winning on the team and all the other client wins. And I just am constantly in this place of just like excitement for this medication and what it's doing for people. And that draws people in. And that in itself, I also don't do, I think following up is important, but the more that you are consistent on social media and really strong with your marketing, like really great at showing before and afters and talking and showing your face on camera on your stories each day and posting consistently and sharing results, sharing client wins, sharing team wins, the more you are doing that, you won't have to even follow up as much because those people are constantly having it exposed and shoved in their face. They have to say yes. Okay. And speaking of that, I always tell people too in the beginning, I'm like, hey, you're planting seeds, okay? Every conversation you have, like when I talk to somebody, I talked to two people today about getting on the products. I don't even think about like, oh, if they're going to sign up right now. I already know that those two conversations I had today probably won't come to fruition. They probably won't order for 3 to 4 weeks. That's how it works here. And I think it's because A, the price point, and B, it's an actual medication. It involves needles and doctors. There's a stigma around it. So it does take people a little bit longer to pull the trigger, as opposed to somebody just buying some 10-day detox, okay, for 50 bucks. It is going to take a little bit longer, but that means plant those damn seeds, okay? The conversations you are having now, the more you are having each day, 3, 4 weeks from now, those people are going to pull the trigger. The floodgates are going to open. I've seen it time after time. Personally, that's how it was with me and tons of people on the team. Like literally, I say this to. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm talking to so many people. So many people are interested. I've sent my link to so many people. I've asked them, or I've answered a million questions. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." I'm like, "You're not doing anything wrong. Keep doing that. Play the long game. Don't get caught up in instant gratification. You have to know that you are planting the seeds and that second month is gonna take off. It is gonna explode. I'm telling you. So if I get anybody that gives me pushback on, their fear around side effects, or I've heard people get really sick with this stuff, or I tried it before and I had a horrible experience. 9 out of 10 times, it's because they were on semaglutide. Now we offer semaglutide here, and of course, again, our scripts come with Zofran, so that helps, but I never put people on semaglutide. I always recommend tirzepatide. It's way better, way stronger, way less likelihood of side effects. Yes, it is a little more expensive, but well worth it. The biggest difference is semaglutide only has GLP-1 in it, so it has one peptide, whereas tirzepatide has two. It has GLP-1 and GIP. That second peptide makes a world of difference. Okay. So I always tell them, I always ask, I'm like, well, what were you on? Were you on semaglutide? Or I say, what were you on? I bet you were on semaglutide. And they always come back and they go, I was on Wegovy or Ozempic, which is semaglutide. Or they'll know, like I was on semaglutide. And I'm like, yep, that's why. You gotta do tirzepatide. And I tell them, I'm like, I have had so many clients who had a horrible experience in the past. They trusted me. They got on tirzepatide. It is night and day. They are absolutely loving their results. Zero issue at all. That's it. Boom. I use the feel, felt, found method a lot, and I do it naturally. I always, no matter what somebody tells me, I always find a way to validate them and relate to them and tell them, like, yep, girl, like when somebody tells me they have a huge fear of needles, they don't think they could ever shoot up. I'm like, girl, I totally get you. First off, I still pass out when I get blood work. This is not a lie. I still pass out when I get blood work. I absolutely hate needles. My first couple injections, I had to have my ex-husband do it for me. I was an absolute wreck, almost passed out. I hated it. But I am so glad I pushed through that fear, okay? Because what I found is that it changed my entire life. I've lost 95 pounds with it. If I would have let my fear of needles stand between me and starting this, I would probably be 400 pounds by now. I don't even know if I'd still be alive. I'd be so damn miserable, a completely different person. This medication has changed my life. And so I focus on the results, and it's worth it to me. It's a baby needle. You won't even feel it. You pinch your fat, girl. You just poke it right in and it's done in 2 seconds. And honestly, you and I can FaceTime for your first one and I can be there for you to help. Or if you have somebody that will inject for you, like I had, have them do it for you until you're comfortable doing it on your own. That's it. That is literally it. I think those are like all the main objections, but that's how I talk to people. Yeah, I mean, using the term "we are the Ferrari of the weight loss shots" and explaining to people that you get what you pay for. It's a quality thing. I don't want the cheapest option. That's what I say. I almost make people feel kind of dumb. Like and I'm not doing that to be rude, but I'm kind of like, girl, like, it's not a flex to be out here saying you're getting tirzepatide for $250 a month. When I hear that, that's a red flag. Like, if somebody tried to tell me that they were getting, the Botox for 250 a month or whatever, me knowing that what Botox actually costs when you're getting it done from a good solid person and the highest quality of the medication, I know that something ain't right there. Like that would make me feel sketched out. I don't want the cheapest option. I want the shit that is the best, that is going to work the best, that is the highest quality. But anyways, watch this through. If you got to watch it multiple times, practice your verbiage, guys. This is sales. This is like we're in medical sales. I call this high ticket medical sales. Okay. It's not your mama's MLM. It's not Mary Kay. It's not selling some damn supplements. This is legitimate. You are working with board certified physicians. You are working with doctors. This is a real medication and we make damn good money here. Okay. Take it serious. Treat it like an actual job and it will pay you like an actual job. You know, every other career out there, there's training. You go to school, you get educated for. Same thing with this. Take the time to learn this, to get educated, to practice your communication. There's a lot of times where I will go to voice clip and I sound like shit, or my energy is low, and I gotta get up, I gotta move around, I gotta walk, I gotta get in the zone before I voice clip somebody back because I know that if I sit there and I'm like, yeah, girl, it's 379 a month. I know. If you can do it, great. I totally understand if not. Who the fuck is buying from me then? But if I'm like, girl, listen to me right now. It is gonna be so worth it. We're gonna melt that 60 pounds right off of you. You're gonna be unrecognizable in the next 60 days. It is gonna be so worth the investment. Just trust me. I just need you to trust me. Okay? This is no bullshit. I want you to have the best experience, so I'm going to recommend tirzepatide. We have semaglutide, but tirzepatide is the much better option. And I go into the flow and I just talk. I'm like, let's get you set up today. The next step is I'm going to send you my link. I'm going to send you the how to order directions. Okay? Any questions you have, let me know. Once you finish ordering, let me know also. I'm going to give you my direct cell so that if we need to FaceTime for your first injection, we can. And I'm going to get you plugged into my exclusive community called Shot Girls Only. And I also have, this is another thing I meant to mention earlier, is so I have made resources for all of our new clients. There is a how to inject video that you'll be able to send all of your clients, okay? It's a 9-minute video where I walk through all the tips and tricks. It's great even for people who have already been on the shot and switch over to us. It still has very useful tips in there. Short little video. I send them that. I send them the link to our community, and then I send them the how to understand your dosing. Okay. People get a little confused with our dosing and reading it. So that's a great little video. It's 4 minutes long. Boom. They understand how to inject from there. Okay. So all of that you have access to, and you'll send that over to your clients. You'll get them plugged in, and they will literally be on their way to a much better life because you were the connector. You put yourself out there. You got uncomfortable. You were willing to share your story and impact others and get over the fear of judgment and just take the damn bull by the horns. And the more you are willing to do that, the more money you will make, the more lives you will impact, and it's just going to be incredible. So lean in, reach out if you need help, rewatch this video, practice it, and go be loud about this opportunity and this journey. And yeah, I'm excited for you.